Mistakes are
None.
It's 2 in a row. Just gonna say.
September.
You just saying?
No, I'm not.
60 days.
No, I'm not just saying. Are we good?
Turn it on 6:30? Yeah, go ahead and turn it on. Wait on Tyler.
Facebook Live's not working.
Facebook Live's not working.
Nope, saying unable.
It's saying unable.
Yeah.
Well, do I go and fix it or we don't worry about it?
Proceed.
Proceed.
I
Okay.
got this one.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. If you want to, play with it. All right. Have the invocation.
Our gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for your mercy and grace. I pray, Lord, that you'll make yourself known in each and every situation in our life and in our individual lives. I pray that you'll be here with our city during these storms that are coming through, that protect our people, protect our area, protect our county. We love you, Jesus, and we thank you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. In your packets, you had the approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
Motion.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, committee reports. Chamber is not here tonight.
You should put something in our
And there, yeah,
packet.
you had a, in your packet, you had a report from her. Finance,
I don't have anything tonight.
okay. And fire?
Mayor, council members, citizens of Kennett, a few things going on with the fire department. For the last 2 weeks, we've been a fairly busy fire department going on with a lot of activity. A total of 44 EMS calls for the past 2 weeks, which is quite a few. Other notable things that's going on, we have had 3 structure fires. And, we were able, in one of the fires, we were able to successfully rescue 3 animals out of it. So, very important for the public to understand that shutting your doors do help. And whenever you leave home, keeping all your various doors closed in your homes will help to prevent the spread of fire and smoke. So in this situation, it did help save these animals. So we want to do a quick public service announcement on that. Application-wise, folks, currently right now, we have a total of 52 applications for part-time positions. So, starting next Thursday evening, we will be going through an interview process and an agility test and try to weed down. We're wanting to, again, try to take 6 right now, possibly take on 6 more during December, January. So, also have two applicants so far for our paramedic position. So things are going quite well as far as keeping us up and staffed. So thank you all for your support. Another thing that we have done within budget, we have issued out, all of our Kennett firefighters now have ballistic vests. Again, this is in order to help protect our firefighters when they go out on EMS calls that could possibly be unsafe. Even though we do have plans in place that we don't go into a situation that may be domestic in nature or include attempted suicides, things of that nature. Kenny and them are usually pretty well Johnny on the spot with that, but again, we do want to keep our folks protected, and we've done so. Other activities going on, our fire marshal, again, has been working with Brenda's office on the business licenses. Of our listing, we had a total of 498 businesses that Dennis has been kind of weeding through, again, with Brenda and Dennis's help in the office up here, attempting to find out who has license, who doesn't. And currently, we have it down to about 20 businesses that may require, let's say, they may require a ticket. Again, Dennis has been very well. We're trying to work with folks, and he has done a very good job of pushing some of these folks to come in and get their license. So, even though, no, I'm here to tell you we haven't issued any tickets yet, but He's done quite well trying to avoid it if at all possible, but now we're coming down to those stages. Property maintenance, again, he is writing several tickets. You all have our number. If you see something out there, have some concerns, bring it up and we will see what we can do with it.
East side of the square.
East side of the square. Okay. Make note there.
There's a curtain hanging out of a round hole in the glass,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right beside the, room rate sign.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big.
Oh, west side,
West
oh,
side.
west side of the square.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I just went Marco, so.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, it's not going down. Yes. Yeah, west side of the square.
Donnie has been very busy out. There are several properties that he is working on, folks, but again, it's a slow process. I think our October 5th is our due date for our first tickets to kind of go to court. So, again, he is writing them. So that is all I have right now. I do understand that there may be an ordinance issue that's coming up. May require some code enforcement thought process here, so that's all I have for now.
Are you talking about the, food truck?
Well, that's gonna be.
We're not gonna have food trucks ready tonight. We'll do that next meeting.
I wanted to bring this up because you're here, the mayor's here, Dave Wilkins is here. I received a letter, not from my ward, but it was about and I think you were aware of it too, a political flag that is hung on a light post. And it's by the Highway 84 motel. And this citizen just said he didn't think any political sign should be put on city property. And he wanted to know if it could be taken down, and I had no idea where to go except to all of you.
We can look at it.
Yeah,
I don't-
see, I mean, that is-
Huh? Oh, yeah. It was, when I was driving by to look for it, it was hard because it is a flag and it's not on a pole. And it's wet, so it was literally like wrapped around the pole.
So it's not on the pole?
It is on the pole.
I bet it's blue.
I would imagine, no, it's not. Not by Highway 84 motel.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to handle that because I don't think that any political signs, I don't think any signs are supposed to be on them, but I certainly don't think city, county, state, federal signs should be on city property.
We do allow signs in the city right of way.
Yes, we do.
What's that? Oh, and on poles? On light poles? Oh, I did not know that.
On poles or on, in the
There's
ground?
no prohibition.
I thought there used to be because they say don't put yard signs,
See like that.
so they can keep it up.
If something is in the city right of way and political signs,
Uh-huh.
we do allow those.
Okay, I just wasn't, my point wasn't about the right of way, it was about the
Being
Pole.
attached
Pole.
to
being
the
attached to a city like Gas and Water pole.
Yeah, they're not supposed to attach anything to a utility.
That's my
Yeah, there you
point.
go, that's,
Got no signs on it.
there is a sign attached to a pole,
Right.
period, in the story, so
Right.
we didn't know what to do with that.
We'll look into it.
There you go.
Our concern, of course, is, you know, of people attaching whatever to the pole, and I know we've restricted that in times past,
Right,
so it's not just political signs, but anything.
right,
Yeah.
and that's what I said, I even thought yard signs couldn't be put, yard sale signs couldn't be put up there.
Not supposed to.
All right, thank you all.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks.
How else am I supposed to know there's a yard sale 6 blocks back?
I know, talking to Dave.
How else am I gonna know?
Yeah, it's all, yeah.
It's a Dollar Tree.
All the staples and
It's nice when they go by and take them down, and as soon as they close up the yard sale, they'll
Yeah.
take it down.
6 weeks
And
later.
not
Yeah.
down instead of 6 weeks later. All right, human resources.
Yes, everybody I'm sure read the handbook front to back to look at all the changes.
And actually, yeah,
We appreciate you doing that. The good part about this is all of the department heads had a chance to look at this and go through all this, and this is a joint effort from all of them to make sure that they all agree on what's going on. We've made a few changes, but the Human Resources Committee, we decided that we would like to have that voted on tonight, and accept it as is to go into place. And,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
I read through it.
All right, we have the motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion carries.
Thank you. And, that's it for that.
That's it for now, okay. All right, humane.
I was supposed to have my report tonight, but we were a little busy and I don't have that. But we'll have it for you next time. We transported 45 dogs a week ago to up north to St. Louis. They went all different directions. And that left us with 10. And as of today, we're back to almost full again. We picked up 11 by 2 o'clock today. So,
And 7 were
That's fast.
puppies, weren't
yes.
they? That looked like a
Happy to
Disney
see
movie
us.
coming at her.
And Tractor Supply donated 2 truckloads of dog food and supplies. We
Thank you,
had,
Tractor Supply.
Did you bring for the trailer trucks, or is that small?
no, just like pickup trucks.
Okay.
They were full.
I mean, I'm thankful for either,
It
but
was
that
a
was
lot
a
of dog
major.
food and cat food. And we had a lot of rescues that saw that we took in so many that sent donations and money for vetting.
Wow.
And we've been able to vet everything free of charge to the city.
Cool, great.
Yes. Thanks, Tina.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, police.
Mayor, members of the council. Month of August has been very busy for us. During the first part of August, we had 2 homicides. Both those homicides have been solved, charges have been filed on suspects, and those cases have been cleared. Also, some of you may have heard, we did have an officer, a couple weeks ago, got attacked by a dog. The officer had to pull his service weapon, basically out of self-defense, to shoot the dog. Well, it did, she hit the concrete, fragmented, and hit the bystander. Instead of the Kennett Police Department investigating it, we had Missouri State Highway Patrol come in and investigate the whole incident. That way the city is covered by an independent investigation. All indications that right now the officer acted appropriately. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. Well, that's good news there.
How many stitches did he end up having to have?
About 10 to 12 stitches in his left forearm right here.
40?
Yeah. So it's pretty good wound. It could have been a lot more serious, but
Yeah.
Is he
luckily
back to work
it
yet?
turned out as well as it did. Also, in the past 5 days, we've had 2 independent shootings. We had one Thursday, and we had one this past Saturday night. Both of those have been cleared. The rest have been made, charges have been filed on everybody involved. So the month of August, without a doubt, has been very busy for us. I'm glad to get it behind us. Hopefully September will be a lot better. We have reserved 3 patrol cars from Lou Foos Ford in St. Louis. It's just a matter of us going down there and being able to pick them up. They've got them on the lot. They sent us an invoice the other day, so those cars are being held for us. So they're not going anywhere. It's just a matter, hopefully we get no more major incidents. We'll try to go pick them up next week if we can. One thing I would like to bring up to the council, we're going to try to start we are going to start the Shop of the Cop program back this year. What I would like to do is get permission from the council to set up a PayPal account where businesses or individuals can donate to this. This has to be approved by the council to set up a separate account and keep the funds separate from the other accounts that we have. So we'll know exactly how much money we have, how much we can spend in this program. But it has to be approved by the council to be able to set this up.
Make a motion for that.
Second.
Any legal problems with that? No. Okay. All right, so we got a motion and a second. All in favor to set up a PayPal account for the Shop of Cop?
Is that gonna be a permanent account?
I'm sorry?
Is that gonna be a permanent account or just?
I would like to do this for as long as I make. This is something, this is a program I really like. I think it's good for the community, and I'd like to keep this going from now on unless something unforeseen happens. It's something I'd like to keep.
Okay.
All right, so all in favor? Any more questions?
If you can get it online, then we can share it.
That's one thing we're gonna do, once this is approved by the council,
Right.
we're gonna start sending out letters to the area businesses, get them the information out in the newspaper, Facebook, stuff like this, on how people can donate and how they can get involved in this. We gotta start now because Christmas will be here before we know it, and we'd like to try to help as many families as we can. The Division of Family Services will help us get a list of families that have a need, and we'll kind of work close with them and get those individuals involved.
Okay, well, if you can, if you do get it on your page, we can share it, and that'll reach a lot of people as well.
Sounds good.
Any other questions? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Also, getting computers and patrol cars is getting close. I know we keep saying that every time. Brad, I talked to Brad today. It's just a matter of software company getting their part done. He says it's close, but yet it kind of seems like to him it's far away. But we're still shooting for the middle of September. We'll see if it works or not. You may remember back when we started talking about getting the computers in the cars, we applied for a $40,000 technology grant through MoDOT. We did not get that grant. You know, we intended on getting that grant to install CAD system and our report writing system in the cars. Right now, since we don't even have the computers up and running, I don't really see a need in getting a big rush and installing the second phase. I can get with the police committee and see how long we want to wait. There's some other grants out there we're going to try to look at, see if it will help us in this area. But again, nothing's guaranteed. But I kind of go with the recommendations of the police committee, how fast we want to move on the second part of that.
Okay.
So it'd be very useful if we can get it, but I do understand right now, we just kind of slow down a little bit and get the first phase going first. Other than that, that's all I have.
I do have one question. And it's not really a police, it's a dispatch issue. When we have dead animals in the road, people will call dispatch. Sometimes they'll call the street department, sometimes they'll call over here. And they're there, and then, long story short, can we fix dispatch to where they call the humane department?
Yes, right now they call dispatch, we send a message to Tina.
Well, they still get calls though, sometimes, so let's
Street
just,
department?
yeah, from the dispatch, so let's just reiterate.
They really need to call the police department, dispatch center, and let us get the information to Tina. That's the best way to get her the information.
Yeah, the citizens will call dispatch, and then dispatch will call him.
Yeah,
So-
it's really not a street department issue, that
Right.
falls under.
Right.
I hate to put that on you, but.
I know.
Where am I?
Oh, no, I smiled at her, we talked to her earlier, she said, we already do it.
Yeah,
It's
we
like,
did.
we just
Yeah.
always get the calls.
Yeah, we can get all that information to her, no big
Okay.
deal.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, that's all I have.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, street.
I only have one thing, and I'll let Mr. Westfield finish it, but I don't know if anybody noticed today when it rained really hard, Jackson and St. Francis didn't flood out. I drove by, he drove by, and a bunch of other people drove by, and it was not flooding, and it was a big rain, so.
No, it went to Everett Street.
Oh. Jackson and St. Francis is an issue.
We're moving it in a different direction. I don't know.
One thing at a time, man,
Yeah, we'll work on
one
everything.
intersection at a time. So, long
I just
story
thought
short.
you needed to know that.
Well, no, I didn't, actually. But anyway, so I was happy about that, now I'm sad about it. We'll fix it in 100 years.
Get me a boat, I'll be at it.
All right, got you. But, no, Mr. Westfield can do the rest.
Mayor, council members, we don't have a whole lot. We've got some of the property abatements have been turned over to us to take care of. And right now, our tractor that we use to pull our bush hog is in the shop waiting for parts that are apparently coming from overseas, and they won't let them ship yet. So might be a little while before we get those. I don't know. On Monday, the compost is closed, so we're going out there and getting that tractor and using it for the day to do what bush hogging we can. Most of these properties are so grown up that we can't really use the mow crew mowers to mow them. Some of them we'll be able to, but a lot of them we won't. So that's kind of an issue right now as far as getting some of that cleaned up. Bill's got some pictures here, if y'all are interested in looking at any of them. One of them is a fairly good sized chunk of concrete that came out of the drainage system on Bluebird. I drove by Bluebird several times today, and the intersection that usually floods didn't flood. I'm not gonna say it'll never flood. If we get 6 inches of rain in 20 minutes, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of places flood. But we were able to acquire the retention pond that goes for that neighborhood. I guess they've dubbed it the Shelton Pond. So if you ever hear that, that's what we're talking about. We were able to cut all the trees down, dig up the stumps, we've dug it deeper and a little bit wider and got it opened up, and right now, when it rains, it's doing what it's supposed to do. The pond's holding water. The pipe coming into the pond is well above the water line, and the pipe going out of the pond into the ditch is draining water out. So hopefully, we won't have at least as big of an issue over there as we did have. That one piece of concrete is, I think it's 18 by 14 or 15 by 10 inches tall, was in a 15-inch pipe. So we're hoping getting that out of there helped a whole lot. The work they're doing on Jackson and Tatum, we have discovered a 20 or 22, depending on where you measure it at, 20 or 22 inch pipe that was put in there fairly long time ago because it's clay tile. It's completely blocked. The pictures of the roots and stuff are what we pulled out of it at Vandeventer and Lee. We're trying to come from the other way because they're doing construction there. But that was about 20 feet in, and that's a lot of debris there. Hopefully, once we get that cleaned out, that Jackson and Tatum will drain a whole lot better. It's doing a little better right now because of some of the work we've done, but they've actually got some of the pipes blocked off for construction so they don't backflow up into them and fill them up. But hopefully we're on the right track there, and that's gonna be better when we get finished in there. And that's all we've got for the street department, unless y'all got any. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Storm.
I think today I got to do a little driving around as well, and I think the guys are doing a wonderful job with work on the stormwater, and I think we're gonna make people happy with their expenses, their taxes to do that. The new equipment was responsible as well for getting these pieces of concrete out. It was amazing. So it looks like to me that we're gonna continue to find different places to work on and continue to try to control the stormwater. The vac truck is really doing a good job. We're working on the post-construction management plan with the engineering company, and that's going well. And Keith was able to, we were gonna have to have a little vote tonight to get some funds that had gone over on stormwater management, but Keith was able to talk the company into going there and come down a little bit, so we were able to maintain budget with it. That's all I've got.
Thank you. All right, industrial.
Not for the public, we need a closed meeting.
Okay. All right, any unfinished business that anybody else has for right now? Don't have anything on the agenda. All right. The review of the city's right-of-way policy.